Welcome back, guys. Check out this GMC Yukon that I just purchased. This is going to be my second large GM SUV, and I just bought this thing 2 days ago, and we're already going to do some service work to it. So let's see the kind of things you should do to your car when you buy a new used car. So a couple of these things are going to be vehicle specific, but a few of them are for every vehicle. So let's see the kind of goodies we got back here. Starting out, the easiest thing you can do is change your engine and cabin air filters. I got both of these on rockauto.com. They were each like $5, guys, like $5 per. They were having a closeout on some GM OEM ones. I mean, $10 for some filters. And this guy right here is the cabin filter. This is the one that you actually breathe the air out of your vents through. This one comes with some Febreze freshness in it. That's cool. $5. Just do it. Next thing you should always do whenever you buy a used car is change the oil. Obviously, you're going to pick the brand that you like. I happen to have this Mobil 1 stuff. It's pretty good, but you can pick whatever you want. But just make sure the oil is fresh. Now, for those of you astute viewers who know things about these GM trucks, you know this is super tiny, and this is actually not the oil filter for this car. I actually ordered 10 from Rock Auto because I have 2 of these trucks. So I bulk bought them for super cheap. They're about twice the size of this, but they just haven't shown up for the video yet. But I wanted to make the video for you guys. So this is a prop. This is from my Hyundai Accent, but just make sure you change the filter when you change oil. Obviously, you don't do one without the other. Going hand in hand with the oil changes, I like to do a fuel system cleaner. This 44K BG stuff is really good. It's some of the best stuff you can buy. They actually don't even sell it in the auto parts stores. You got to get it online. So this stuff is great. It cleans out your fuel system and injectors, and it just lets you know, like, you're starting out with a fresh oil change, fresh filters, the fresh fuel system cleaner, so going forward you kind of got a good baseline of how your car is going to perform. And this is like $20. Just get one of these bottles while you're at it. Now on to the more vehicle specific things. This particular vehicle has what's called AFM or DOD, displacement on demand, and basically what that does is, this is a V8 large SUV, right? But it disables 4 of the cylinders to go into V4 mode for fuel economy. Now, if you know these vehicles, you know that that fails and it totally messes up your engine. It's a super expensive rebuild. So you can get these little adapters. They just plug into your OBD ports, that little black little puck thing. Plug it in and it just completely disables the 4-cylinder mode on these trucks. I have it in my Suburban and it has been flawless. I love it. It increases the throttle response because it's not coming out of 4-cylinder mode all the time. And I really haven't noticed an MPG change at all. So there's only benefits to getting these things. Definitely get one of these if you have one of these GM trucks with the cylinder deactivation. Second to last, get you a set of some rubber floor mats. You can go from Last Fit, you can go anywhere. Thankfully, this vehicle came with some, so I didn't have to buy any. The entire interior has rubber mats in it. Thank God, because this is a huge vehicle and I don't want to get a bunch of dog hair out of all this carpet. So definitely get you a nice set of these. Honorable mentions, this is not a must-have, but definitely something you should check when you buy the car, is the washer fluid and the wiper blades. I did order new wiper blades for this vehicle. They again have not shown up yet, but I got some on Rock Auto for about $5 each. Again, really great deal. So definitely double check that your wiper blades are in good condition and not ripped up, torn, cracked, or just flat out missing. And on top of that, the washer fluid you use is really important. I like using the Rain-X stuff because it coats the windshield and repels water when it rains, and it's just nice stuff to have. In a pinch, you can use water, but you really shouldn't do that because it could freeze in the winter. Another thing is double check the tires on the vehicle you're buying before you actually buy it. This particular one, the tread's really deep, and you want to make sure you check the actual date code too. As you can see, these ones are from 2024, so they're not that old. So these are still very good usable tires. And double check your brakes in there. Make sure your rotors aren't all rusted to crap, and make sure that the pads are good. If you don't know how to check pads, definitely have a mechanic inspect this before you buy the car. This can be a great way to negotiate the price of the vehicle. If you have old crappy tires or really bad brakes, you could get several $100s off the price of a car if you're buying private party or maybe from a smaller dealership. Not the big chains because they don't negotiate anymore, but if you're buying secondhand, small local guy, he might take the money off if the tires are super crappy. And finally, the last thing I change when I buy a used car is I upgraded to LED headlights. I really hate the look of halogen headlights. I like having bright light, and this definitely helps out. This particular set from Oxydo was sponsored to me in another video. That was for my Toyota Camry series. Go check those out. It was an amazing result. I love them so much, I actually took them out of the car before I traded it into Tesla. I love these. I've also had lights from Last Fit. They also make really great lights. I've also had some Macari's. So there's some good brands out there. Definitely don't buy the cheapest stuff you can find on Amazon, because I did that first in the Camry and it was not very good. They were almost dimmer than the old school halogen bulbs. So buy some high quality lights. You buy them once, you can reuse them in other cars, you can keep them for a really long time. I actually just installed one of these bulbs just to test it out. So let's see how they look on the front of the Yukon. Let's go in here. And if we look here, even in the daylight, you can see way brighter on the Tesla compared to these yellow dim halogen lights. And if we look at the truck itself, I mean, that looks like a candle. That looks horrible. And this makes the vehicle look more expensive and newer and more modern. I mean, why would you not do this? And these bulbs are only like, I think 80, 90 bucks. If we take a look here, here's the old bulb I just took out. This is the new one that I'm putting in. GM makes it very easy to install them on the passenger side or the driver's side because there is nothing here. But on the passenger side, the air box is in the way. So while I am taking out my air filter to upgrade and replace the air filter, I'm gonna put the bulbs in at the same time because you're kind of already doing it. Look at that, you're doing two things at once. And there we go. There's the other LED bulb installed. Super bright on the car. Now, GM hates you. So they put these really sharp plastic things around here. So I just rip all that out. I mean, I don't know. If you don't like that, I don't care. But I don't like being stabbed while I'm replacing the bulb. So I just rip that stuff out. All right, we were under the hood getting the air filter out. I took off this cover. All you got to do is use one of these pry things on these plastic clips, and then the airbox has 4 screws which go into these holes. Easy to do with just regular tools. This is not, I know it's intimidating, but it's not hard at all, trust me. And I just wanted to show you again, this filter was $5. Now check this out. Look at how nasty this is. I don't know when this was ever changed, but it's literally got like grease buildup in here. I mean, oh my goodness, you guys, that is bad. Honestly, I'm impressed at how well it was breathing before with this because it was driving just fine, so it should be even better now. All right, and here's the cabin filter. It's not as bad as the engine filter was, but it had some leaves in it. It's a little dirty down in there, and obviously our new one's brand new. And again, guys, this was $5 and a few minutes of my time. This is definitely worth doing yourself. Now, if you are working on one of these GM trucks, the cabin air filter is behind this extra piece, which has 7 of these Torx bits on them. They're T15s. If this was a Toyota, there would just be a door that snapped out and it would be really easy. But because GM has to be GM, they made it really difficult for you to do this. So it's really important that you put this all back in and then completely forget to put the door on the air filter and have to take them all out and do it twice. So just so you know, there's supposed to be a door that snaps over this. So make sure you don't forget this before you put it back together. All right, and those are some things that I like to change and look at when I'm buying a used car. Hopefully that information helped you out. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or opinions different than mine, please feel free to share them in the comments below. And as always, guys, have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next video.